Jimmy D, man, fan. Hip hop, what's good? It's your guy, Demi D. This is the Go Getter TV where hip hop lives. I'm Mr. Everywhere, you never there. I'm here with another episode of On Deck with Demi, my interview series. I got a returning guest, dope artist. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, my guy. Oh, man. Talk
Peace.
to the people.
Rasheed Chappell, Project City Zone. We here
Jersey in the building.
all day.
Salute to my Brick City guys. You know I'm Mr. Everywhere, never there. My EO dudes, West Orange, even South Orange. Yo, I love that town right there. But yes, my guy, you're back. You've been we did an interview. We did the Listen Up. So you're a friend to the channel right here. You know I support your whole catalog, your career. So we're gonna start with something new right now. Your latest project, Speer
Village Alum.
Village Alum.
Facts.
So is there significance to the title?
Yes. The housing projects that I grew up in. That's the actual official term.
Okay.
You hear me say Project City all the time, but it's actually Speer Village.
Okay. So that's like the slang for the people who are from around there.
Yeah, Project City APP.
What town is that in again?
Passaic,
Passaic, right?
Yeah, 07055.
Salute to Passaic, B. Yo, that's a... I was out there when shit was real out there. So yeah.
Me too.
I learned the hard way because I was living in Newark.
Oh,
so
yeah,
niggas think nothing is like Newark.
Yeah.
I found out.
Yeah.
So salute to Passaic though, salute to you. We're gonna start out with the album. I wanna ask though too, because I've asked other artists, do you find like naming titles, do you find it like tedious or is it something you just breeze through?
I kind of, once I'm about 2 or 3, 4, maybe 3, 4 records into the project, it kind of, the title kind of comes to me. But this time, it was at the very end, like maybe a few days before I had to turn the album in, that the title actually came to me.
What do you think was different this time about that?
I don't know. Each one is like a kid, you know what I mean? So they all different and unique in that way. But this one, it just, I was going back and forth with a different title, and then I was like, you know what? That's what this is.
Why not?
Yeah.
And we got to salute the producer, B. What's my man? Mickey
Blue.
Mickey Blue.
Yes,
Mickey Blue.
absolutely.
Where's he from?
He's from Brooklyn originally. He lives out in Jersey now, I believe. Yeah, he lives out in Jersey now. Okay. And we linked up a few years ago, and then came back around. He had asked me he was working on his producer project and asked me to get on a record. And the beat was like crazy. Okay. And I was like, yo, you got some more like that? And he's like, oh, word. And that's how it came together.
What was the first track you ended up knocking out?
Well, we did like 6 or 7 in the first session. So I don't know what the exact first record was, but
he sent you like a pack?
Yeah, he sent me. I normally like to write in the studio, but just our schedules didn't mesh up. So I kind of wrote probably maybe the week before, maybe 5 or 6 joints, and then like maybe a day before 1 or 2, and then went and knocked them out.
Did everything? Because I know you don't traditionally do a lot of tracks. You usually keep it like 12, 13-ish.
Yeah, it depends on
So did y'all have joints that didn't make the cut, or this is the?
Nah, actually one record didn't make the cut.
Okay.
Yeah, one record didn't make the cut.
Now with this, I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about what was the one that I guess I could say. He was like, this is the one right here too for you. Once you knocked everything out, the one I guess you would say most attached to.
Oh man, it fluctuates from day to day.
Of course.
I think maybe Glass Candle. I really was like, wow, that's crazy. Was like sitting back and listening to it. Yeah. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think you. I was telling you off camera. I think it's I don't want to say in your lane. Your lane, I feel like is you're like an open book. It's very diverse, topic heavy. It's never all the same topics. You do storytelling. You do your street tales. You do I don't say you brag. You do braggadocio, but it's not really like the main theme. But I feel like on this one, there's a lot of bravado on this one.
I'm nice. You know what I mean? And
hey.
and it's like, it's not even on some bragging shit, but it's like, I'm an artist, and I have a rapper's ego. Mm-hmm. So I see a lot of the names being thrown around of people that people think are nice, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm nice. I'm nice too.
And got the catalog.
I do.
Got the catalog. So one more with this one. I wanna What's my joint name? I'm terrible with titles these days. I know I text you a bunch of joints too,
Yeah,
but then I
yeah.
ended up listening, and then there was more. So I wanted to. Oh yeah, no features on this one.
Nah, I don't really do. I'm not.
You don't really do features heavy, but you got some dope features in your resume.
Yeah, I mean, it got to make sense. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
Like, it got to fit the record. I could. There's a ton of people I could probably get, but it got to fit the song. I feel like
Okay. And Sync was one of my joints too on there.
that almost didn't make the record too.
What
It's
was
crazy.
behind that?
I don't know. I just when I recorded it, I don't know. I just wasn't. I didn't think it fit the mood. And then once I started putting tracks in order, I was like, okay, that's a good lead up.
Falls
To,
in line. I feel
Yeah.
I like the lineup. Another thing I noticed too. I noticed a lot of people sampling like Clue. They putting Clue joints on their records. What's up with that? I'm happy about it because Clue tapes.
Yeah.
We already know how
Yeah.
valuable that was, and how much that was a big moment, especially being in Queens. Clue is the fucking man.
I mean, being from Jersey, Clue is the man. You know what I'm saying? So to have a freestyle on a Clue tape was like almost like getting signed.
That was almost like getting signed.
You know, it was before Tig in the Basement. It was before On the Radar. It was before going up to Flex. Like if you could get if you can get a verse, or on a Clue tape, it was like the pinnacle. At least the kickoff point, the starting off point
Definitely.
for something dope.
It definitely put you in position.
Facts.
I think we kind of, I don't know, are we missing that now? Because I don't know where people want to go to where you could really see the next talent. I think by the time you see them, they usually already have like a
little buzz
little
going.
motion, I guess.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I guess it could help them get to the next level. But salute to Clue, and I like that on there.
Strong salute to DJ Clue.
Yeah, salute to Clue. He's still out here doing his thing, so in the culture heavy. I want to talk about number 9. I know I sent you that one.
Okay.
That's my shit too, right
Okay.
there.
That almost didn't make the album.
What's up with these?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I felt like, the hook, it took a little tweaking to get the hook just the way I wanted it. And I thought initially it didn't kind of fit the whole vibe of the album. Okay. But I'm so happy I kept it. A lot of people.
Old New York Love, I feel like you normally, it doesn't, your shit's never sound like one long song. So I definitely feel like it definitely fit in there. But you said something I want to touch on too, I want to speak on. What's a song, because the process, I don't think as fans they understand that process when you want to make music.
Okay.
What's a song that came out exactly how you envisioned it? Because like you say, you see how you mentioned you got to tweak it to get the hook. Like sometimes it came out good, but it's like you maybe heard it a little differently.
I know my man Sugar. No song has ever come out exactly the way I heard it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's you listen back and like, I could have done this or whatever the case may be. But I would say on this particular project,
on this one,
funny enough, tracks 1, 2, 3, Noid's theme came out.
Noid's theme is crazy.
It couldn't come out. It couldn't have been any better. So there's a few tracks I was like very, very proud. Like,
Glass Candle,
stuff. Yeah, Glass Candle came out crazy.
Okay, yeah, Noise theme. Let's talk about that one though, right there. A lot of people let them know that these is official stories.
Oh yeah, this is I don't. I don't pull from TV and stuff like that. Like these is real life. Yeah, shout out the Noid. As a matter of fact, shout out the Noid.
But you got a lot of stories like that that you put in your music. It's not all, I don't want to say, what's the word I'm looking for? Because you have a lot of positive music, you have a lot of aspiration and motivational shit, but you talk, like I said, you have your street tales and you point out what's going on and the other side of the game.
Yeah, I mean, like I listen to niggas shit and it's like, yo, you never got no pussy? Like, you never got your heart broke?
Never took a L?
You never liked the chick? Like, nothing? It's, and again, everybody has their own way, their own approach, but it's like so much life and living that I've done that I try to put as much of it into the music, and sometimes being respectful of the people's story, that it might not be my direct story, but I try to be respectful of other people's story. But, right. There's a lot of life, that I've been blessed to live. So I try to put it into the music. I try to make it as entertaining as possible. I try to keep it as accurate as possible. And just paint the picture. Like if there was any gift that I had, it would be that the painting of the picture.
And I think it reflects well, and you do a great job of that. It's a little off topic, but I always tell people you know who Jeff Teague is, basketball player.
Yes.
He has a podcast now, so what I always tell people is like, I don't have no problem believing any of his stories.
Okay.
Because he's not always the winner in his stories.
Yeah.
He tells a lot of stories, but a lot of the time it's him taking the L or some
Yeah.
funny shit that happens.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with certain people, it's like, damn, you win every single time?
Yeah, like you super nigga. Like
You
how?
super
Yeah, like come on, bro.
So like, that's why I do appreciate, like I said, a lot of the approach you take. A lot of artists like you. I want to talk about what visuals can we expect from this project? I was searching, I ain't seen nothing yet.
Stay tuned.
Okay,
Okay. Shout out to my man Modest Kingdom. What up? That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, salute.
Stay-
So we
yeah.
we ready. So I know you're a touring artist.
Yeah.
How we looking with this album this time around? Is that in the works?
We got some shows lined up in August, but we got a few other things that we want to roll out. So probably towards the end of the year, you'll see a little bit. You'll see kind of things that come into fruition.
Okay.
To see what it is that we're trying to do.
I'll be looking forward to that. I remember the last time we talked about that. Let me see if I can remember. You said Keurig was one of your was one of your favorite places to perform. Am I getting that right?
Where was that?
Was it Keurig or Puric? I forgot the name, but you was mentioning
Somewhere overseas.
Somewhere overseas. So what? Since then, that was a long time ago. That was
one of my favorite places here and in the States is Boston, 100%.
Okay, and why's that?
The energy is just different up there. You know, they seem to be more receptive to like new artists up there.
Okay.
Like if they don't know you, they don't ice grill you. They kind of give you love. Yeah.
So another thing we talked about before, and I see you keeping the theme going with the one producers. That's pretty much been
my whole career.
In your whole career, and
Yeah.
you work with some of the best. Some are, I guess you could say, legendary. Some legendary in their own right.
Yeah.
Some making a name for themselves. So I do want to run down. I know you worked with Buck Wild.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of my favorites out right now, Spesh.
Mm-hmm.
You did what's? I'm mad that I can't remember Portrait because that's my shit. Was
that's
that
Little Vic.
Little Vic. You got like we was talking off camera. The one you did with the last album, I'm not really familiar with. Beats by Jack. Is it?
Jay Black. Yeah.
Jay
yeah,
Black?
Yeah.
And then this one you have
Mickey Blue.
Mickey Blue. So I mean, did we talk about that on camera? Or how did you find Beats by Jay Black?
Oh no, I found Black. I had did a remix contest for the song 1520, which was produced by another great producer, The Archetype. And
yes, from Sugar Bills. I'm sorry I left that out. That shit is fire too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he didn't even submit an entry. He just kind of did like this quick little remix, and it was fire. And so we reached out to him to see if he would be interested in doing an album because the sound was a little bit different than everything that was going on at the time. So we went down to Atlanta for a week, and we knocked the album out.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And you're kind of right because that was last year, right? 2024. The sound was I don't want to say everybody because everybody wasn't doing the same sound.
Correct.
But it definitely was like a particular sound. I say I don't think it was really melodic.
Yeah. It was a grown man. Like I feel like it was very adult themed. It was
It was mellow. It was a mellow vibe.
Yeah.
Salute to, was it Beast by Jack or was it just Jay Black? All right, my bad. Jay Black. And one thing I do want to talk about as well, I know we talked about it on the first interview. What I like to do is I don't want to assume that everybody's seen that.
Okay.
And you had a lot of gems on there. I'll be telling you how my cameraman turned into a fan after that interview.
Okay.
Drop a lot of gems. I want to talk about two things. For our first part, you got a serious catalog.
Thank you.
Right? You work, like we mentioned, you work with a lot of producers, legends in their own right, making a name for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do a lot of features, but you work with a lot of people. Shout out my guy, the Mussolini.
Yes.
You done had Shade, you had Spesh, you done had a couple people. What's the point where you felt like that transitioning was happening? Because I know you want more, you're still working for more, your name needs to be mentioned more, but you're still at a point where a lot of people want to be at as far as a career in your rap. What's the point you think where you made that leap from, being another artist to where you're being able to get Buck Wild to produce your shit? Getting features from Spesh, working from other artists who are, your peers and, trying to grow right now. What do you think, where was that time frame you think for you?
Probably between, because there was like a 7-year gap between my first and
we
second.
talked, go check the first interview, we talked about that, yeah.
But I was still, active on other people's projects.
Mm-hmm.
I think Apollo Brown, salute to him, him asking me to be on his album, The Grandeur. I think that kind of really kept me in the mix And
And this is before. This is before you had
the second album, First Brick. Yeah, this is all.
Apollo Brown.
All of that is. Yeah, me and Apollo was actually going to do an album together.
Yeah, we need that.
So it was just a lot of things going on, but I was around, and the body of work from the first album, like we talked before, was able to take me on 3 tours. So it was a substantial body of work. People, I don't want to say people think that it's a classic LP, whatever the case may be, but it allowed me to kind of stay in the mix. You know what I mean?
That's
and so
important.
yeah, and then when First Brick came out, it was almost like I was a new artist all over again. So people were like, "Oh, like what is this?" And so it was that probably that put me on a lot of people's radar.
And you talked about something that I found very inspiring, and something that you hearing a lot of people's stories, and it's like a fork in the road. Like sometimes you're gonna have to make this decision. You had a very good job, you're saying. Very good job, and you made that decision to quit, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, talk to the people as far as your mindset, what it took you to be confident in making that decision. Because a lot of people wrestle with that.
I mean, everybody got to make their own decision. As far as like, you got to do what you got to do. Like, So the thing that I always thought about is, what am I put here to do? And I know I wasn't put here to work a 9 to 5. I know I wasn't put here to do anything other than create music. And I feel like I'm very blessed. I'm extremely humble that I've been chosen to be a vessel to let this music come through. But it was just it was my time. It just came to a point where it was like, look, this is time. Like you're locked in with Kenny Dope, who's a Grammy-nominated producer, a legendary producer, and he's telling everyone that could listen that he's been waiting his whole career for an artist like you to make this album.
Nice.
So like, what are we doing?
Nice.
So that's what it was.
And another thing we talked about, because like I said, there's a lot of gems. You said I think you said it was your uncle, right, that challenged you in your writing.
Oh, Uncle Marv. Absolutely.
To say that not. Let's talk about that, because like I said, that was 3 years ago. You didn't have Portrait out.
No, Portrait came out in
Didn't
23.
have Sugar Bills.
Nope.
I think you had. Did you have Checks and Balances? Maybe.
Yeah, my Checks and Balances might have been coming out.
So since then you've had like 4 or 5. You work with RX.
Yeah, that was. I enjoyed
right?
that.
You had that come out. So you dropped about 4 or 5 projects, and you true to that. Like you don't just be like I me. So let's talk about how he inspired you to do that, or challenged you rather, and how you've been able to stick to that.
Yeah. We used to go down to Virginia Beach all the time, and he was a former rapper himself, and he said to me like, there's a lot of me in your rhymes, me, my, he said write a rhyme without mentioning me, my, or I and see if you could do that, and it challenged me to kind of look outside of myself and be more descriptive and just be, to be the fly on the wall and describe what it is that I see. And, I use that. I try to incorporate that in some way, form on just about every subject matter, every song, every project that I do somewhere.
You do. Like, I wrote something down and it's just like, nah, for real. I wrote something down. Mama's House. You got a lot of songs.
Thank
but
you.
That's as far as capture what we're talking about. So I just grabbed a few songs like Mama's House, Praise, Beautiful, R and Torture. I gotta say this one from, I think it's Candlelight from Sugar Bills.
Oh yeah,
you know
Devil in the Candlelight.
Devil in the Candlelight. That was amazing. And you had another one about a shorty that got caught up with a dude. I don't remember the title. I'm terrible with fucking
Concrete
titles.
Cinema.
See, you know. I ain't bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with you.
Nah, but
Concrete
real
Cinema.
talk. So you got a lot of joints where I really feel like I don't want to say alley, but I guess he put that battery in you.
I had to. He gave me the rock, but I had to do something with it. You know what I mean?
So you've been doing it since then. A lot of these projects.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the joint with my man XP, man.
Yeah.
The RX. That shit was fire.
Salute to XP.
XP the Mark, man. We all from Cali, right?
He from Cali, LA. Yeah.
That shit was fire, and I think it was a little different from what you tend to do.
Yeah.
So the beats was definitely a little a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
You were getting aggressive
Yeah,
on there.
We was in the zone.
So let's talk about how you linked up with him, and are we gonna get another one of those, or that was just for that
Yo,
time?
XP, let's give him another one,
Come on,
man.
X,
Let's do
come
another
on.
one. First of all, I loved working with XP.
That shit
Like
was a fire
it
project.
was. If I told you that album started the day that we first met for the first time,
That's crazy.
like it's crazy. He had mentioned something about his mom being ill. Rest in peace to his mom, who's since passed away. And we hadn't really connected, but I sent him like a DM, like just telling him like, like I understand what it's like to deal with somebody, to have a parent that's going through an illness. My father, as I talk about, has passed away from cancer. And we just linked on that, and he was like, yo, I'm like, peace, I appreciate that. I'm coming to New York on such and such date. And we actually connected at the street sign ceremony for Fred the Godson.
Okay, nice.
And so
rest in peace to Fred.
Yeah, rest in peace to Fred. We met that day, and I was like, yo, what are you doing later? And he was like, I'm free after this time. And we did maybe 2 or 3 records that night. And it was like, yo, I put him on the Mamas and Panadas, and he was like, yo. And it was like, yo, let's do something.
That shit. Was that one producer as well?
No, actually, that's the only project I've done that had multiple producers.
Okay.
So we had Rock Marciano produce one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we had my man Recognized Real produce a couple. Malcolm Seth produced one. Buck Wild produced one. We had some. Yeah.
Salute to all of them. That was a fire ass project.
Thank you, brother.
And you put me on to him because I can't remember the order. Shit, you know how shit go. I can't remember the order. I don't know if I saw him and he didn't know me. Then we linked, and
Okay.
I don't know if it was you. I don't know because I remember there was one time when I initially met you. Well, I was interviewing Feeve.
I was.
You had a session.
Yeah, I had a session. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can't. And he was there.
Yeah, that was his session.
That was it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can't remember which happened first, but I remember I'm like, you kind of that put me on to him though, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, this dude is fucking fire
Yeah,
too.
he's super nice.
Yeah, he's super
nice.
nice.
Yo,
Yeah,
X, let's give him another one, man.
Gotta do it, man. Listen, NY to Cali, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Word
Facts.
up. But on another note too, you mentioned it just now. I do want to talk about that as far as you've been very vocal about dealing with the passing of your father. A couple of different songs. How do you view that? Do you view it as more therapy for you, or you just put it out there for people to relate to? Because everybody can relate to something like that.
I have no idea what the song is going to be about. I never know what the song is going to be, and these particular songs just happened. And I don't have many regrets in life, but I do regret that towards the end of his life, I was working on a portrait of, and for some reason I had let my mom hear the last song, Becoming. But me and him were together like a couple days a week, and he kept asking me like, let me hear something. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna play some of your shit that you like to listen to. And I wish he would have got a chance to actually hear that particular song. Okay. So, but yeah, the songs, they just come to me as, I don't really have a predetermined idea what I'm gonna write. It just, the beat kind of dictates that.
I can go with the feel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you definitely got passion to the pen though. I gotta keep reiterating that for real, because it's like I think that a lot of that is lost. Because I think a lot of it is just more about the end result. People, you see how you said you let the beat talk to you, let it talk. I think a lot of people just like, all right, this is gonna be the song that blah blah blah, and I gotta do that. So it just doesn't have that authenticity a lot of the times. I want to say. I
want to be great. Like I still want to be next to Nas, Rakim, like I shoot for that, so like there's no, I don't shy away from that, I think that there's some incredible MCs that came before me, and I want to be mentioned in the same breath as a Black Thought. I want to be mentioned in the same breath as a Cool G Rap, you know what I mean? Like I want to be able to create these pictures and these moments in people's lives where they go back and like, yo, that shit was incredible.
Yeah, so. I think, excuse me, I think anybody that, that's, people get mad when I say this, but I feel like anybody that's a rap head, because I feel like there's a distinction.
Okay.
There's casual listeners, there's people, they just want to throw something on, and then there's rap heads, hip-hop junkies. So I feel like in that crowd, everybody views you that way. You know what I'm saying? They see the aspiration to compete. And it's not to compete, but to compete.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a sport.
It's a sport. So one thing I do want to segue though, because since you mentioned it, I did want to wait till the end.
Okay.
But you had I can't even remember what I put up, but I put something up, and I think you mentioned Thought was one of your
Yeah,
favorites.
yeah.
So, and you mentioned Cool G Rap. I don't know if he's one of your favorites as well,
Yeah.
but who are some of the people that you would say, you don't have to go too far back, but I guess some of the people that you do feel they pen game is crazy.
Oh, I think and we start with Nasir. We start with Rakim.
Okay.
Right?
We start with 18th letter. Okay.
Absolutely. Then definitely Nasir Jones.
You see, I don't know what's going on here in New York, but it's Esco.
Yeah, Esco season. You know what I'm saying? AZ.
Sosa. Sosa's fucking nice.
He's incredible. He's incredible, man.
Nice,
He's incredible. I have a newfound appreciation. I always thought he was dope. But I have a newfound appreciation for Ghostface. I think Ghostface is,
man.
I think he's remarkable.
One of my all-time favorites.
Like he's absolutely remarkable. Me and my lady were in a car the other day, and Winter Wars came on, and everybody talks about Capadonna,
yeah.
but I had to rewind it twice for Ghost's verse. Like Ghost is like incredible.
Ghost is incredible.
Like
catalog is crazy.
Listen, man, Ghostface. I mean, so that Black Thought, of course. I don't know if anybody raps better than Black Thought.
Definitely one
But
of the best to do it.
there's nuances to it, because I don't think anybody has ever like put me right in something more than a Nas verse. But I don't think anybody has ever made me feel something more than a Ghost. So it's so many different layers and aspects to it. So I try to snatch and steal from all of them and put it into how I look at music and view life and give it to you.
Well, your catalog kind of reminds me of, you're your own artist, but it kind of reminds me of Ghost, because Ghost catalog, it varies. Like anyone who pays attention to him it varies, man. Got the Wizardry of Poetry shit.
Yeah.
Then he got the 36 seasons where it's basically just the whole theme shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, salute to you and salute to all those artists, man. If y'all ain't up on them, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
For the youngins, go check them out.
Facts.
Word up. So I want to talk about something else though, as far as, because at this point you've had longevity in the game.
Yeah.
Catalog is dope. What are some of the things you feel outside of just making music that have helped you progress and stay in the mix and keep growing your catalog?
Living life and taking L's and celebrating wins and I've lived life, man. I've lost a parent. I've fucking gone through a divorce. I've fucking traveled the world doing music, like, you know what I mean? I found love, all types of shit.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah.
So you put that into the music and being honest, man. And I honestly, right now, I feel like I'm just learning how to rap all over again. Like I feel so fucking, amped. You know what I mean? And then
That's
rocking. I definitely got to shout out, like rocking with the co-op, David Bars and Passport Gift, which are styles that are completely different from mine. And it brings me back to the days when I was in a group back in the day where all you had to do was show up with one verse, but you got to make sure your verse is crazy.
Gotta be smoking.
Yeah. So yeah, like all of that inspired. Just, I'm hungry. I feel like I haven't got my fucking championship yet.
Go.
So
there you go. You could tell you still got the hunger.
yeah.
You mentioned David Bars. One of my peoples was talking about him and trying to collaborate, and I wasn't really familiar with him.
It's incredible. He's from
But
the
then I
X.
started seeing him everywhere.
Yes.
You know, that shit go when somebody sees him, then he starts seeing it.
Yes.
So he's from BX, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's incredible.
So you guys knew each other from
No,
before? Okay,
no,
through the
no.
music.
Yeah, we bumped into each other a few times at DITC. I used to record at DITC. That's how I met Parks.
Oh, right.
And him and Parks was working on something, and Parks had asked me to get on one of his records. But I think we might have
Salute
met
to
before
Parks
that.
too, man. Hip hop junkie for real.
Facts.
Yeah.
And we just kind of like hit it off. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's like a little brother to me. Like.
I say you a cool dude, man.
Yeah, fact. I am actually.
Ain't no fun, no style, no
You know what I'm
extra
saying?
shit.
Nah.
Salute to that. But on another note, though, real talk. But on another note, you network though. You say you don't be like you ain't heavy in the mix, but you network. I guess it's genuine networking. So I guess that's why it doesn't feel like that. But you networking.
I do what I need to do.
Do what you
know
need.
what I'm
So I
saying?
say
I
it's
do what I need to do.
genuine. So that's probably why I don't even feel like that way to you. Because I'm a segue to the whole trust thing. You got 2 projects produced with Special.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, too.
2 joints, features. You rolling with the crew. How did that come about? Like, I don't know. Is it just working click? Is that what the trust thing is? I see he's definitely repping it hard. everyone does their own thing though, but do y'all do come together? How did that come about?
Yeah, it's special. It's salute to Special, salute to Shay.
Especially my guy.
It came about. I think he had a. It came about because I initially needed. I asked him to get on a verse for Sugar Bills. That's the first time we worked together.
Okay.
He and Rome got on the record for.
Fire record.
Forget the name of the song right
That's
now.
what I'm terrible with titles.
Rome Streets, I think it's called, something like that. But and so that's how we linked initially, and then we were both booked for a show in Jersey, and I think he had tweeted out like before he came, like he wants to produce somebody's album. Who should it be? And I was like, me. And he was like, I bet. But we had never met, and so at the show,
had never met.
No, we never met. You know, I'm just talking shit, and we met at the show, and he was like, yo, like, I was like, oh no, I was dead ass. Like, what's, like, he was like, for real? I'm like, yeah, let's work. He's like, all right, say no more. And so we kept in contact, and then he had a show either in Buffalo or Rochester, I'm not sure. And we pulled up, me and my man Hill pulled up, like, it was like 4th of July weekend, and he was like, oh shit, you came? And if that was a Saturday, I think we was in the studio Monday.
Nice. He takes the producing serious.
Yeah.
I see we work with a lot of people doing whole albums is a whole nother level than
Here's a beat. Yeah.
And I'm not knocking, I'm not saying that's not it doesn't take talent, but doing a whole album is a whole nother and he pulled it off, y'all pulled it off.
Yeah, twice.
I guess you go maybe third time's the charm.
It might be done already. You never know.
Listen, so we holding you to the XP joint. We holding you to the XP joint. A third, a special, produced album. Nah, but I do love to see it though, man. You being in the mix, because I know with the way the game is set up, you got to do so much extra unnecessary shit.
That's the part that
and I know that I could tell, like, you're not interested in that, and you let the music speak for you. So that's all we need anyway. But I'm glad to see, like you said, you have your pocket. You are networking with the people that's genuine. And, make sure that people keep supporting you, supporting
Facts.
my guy. And I'm Sam Jersey in the building.
Facts.
I want us to talk about, what's this? I got, what's this here? I'm slipping right here. Do you analyze your catalog? Because I've only asked these questions maybe once or twice. Do you really go back to your catalog, or you just keep moving forward?
Nah, I don't really go back. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I might listen from time to time just to make sure I'm not repeating myself or doing, but I don't have the time, unfortunately. Well, maybe that's fortunately. I don't have the time. Yeah, I'm always thinking about and so, like, I want to take you into my mind space, bro. Like, that 7 years of not putting out a project was fucking torture. Like it was so hard because you are what you do, and I wasn't putting out projects.
I live in the rap
life, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was touring, I was overseas, I was in Japan, I was doing all of that. But, everybody was coming out with new projects, like, so I'm the class of Action Bronson, I'm the class of Mayhem Loren, I'm the class of Rock Marciano. We all kind of dropped our first projects around the same time. And so I'm watching them constantly ascend, and I'm kind of sitting here stuck in this limbo. And so that's all I had to analyze was that one album. And so when I was like, it's finally time for me to do something, I got to step away from the situation and work on something. I was determined that, like, I was going to make music.
Just keep going.
I was going to make music. And once that process began, I haven't looked back since.
That's dope. And that's tough. Some people don't bounce back from that. 7 years is a long time.
Yes, it did.
And to be, like you said, an artist. And just for yourself, I know you want to create. And like you say, you're watching your peers ascend. So I just hope people find inspiration in that, man. Because a lot of the times, like I said, some people don't bounce back. They say don't watch other people. You're only human.
Yeah, I mean,
you're only human.
Yeah, I mean, and people asking what's up.
People asking what's up.
I heard you on this song. Like, what's up? Like, do you still? You know what I mean? Like, you still rapping was like the worst.
That shit.
Like, yo, you still fucking with the music?
You're like, damn.
Like, yeah, like heavy.
Heavy.
And it's so crazy because isn't that in that time frame, we probably did 60, 70 records. I probably got 10, 15 records with Raheem Devon. We were going to do a project together. Like, it's so much shit that's in the vault. It just,
part of the game.
Yeah.
I remember Fab mentioned that too. Fabulous. He said the same. It wasn't that situation, but I think he had like a little break, and he mentioned somebody came and asked him like, yo, you still rapping? And he was like, yo.
Yeah.
That's when he came out with, if y'all remember, the Street Dreams mixtape. If anyone remembers that, he said he ran, started recording shit, started getting merch, because, that's real. That's real.
You are what you do, bro.
But I'm glad to see and since then, though, been pretty, basically consistent. Since you've been putting those projects out, been basically almost 1 or 2 a year for like the last 5.
Yeah, since 2018, we've been on it.
That's what's up. So with that being said, is there any particular? You work with a lot of R&B acts, and you discover them too. But as far as rappers, is there anybody you plan on working with, or you see maybe in the future besides XP? You know what I'm saying?
Rappers?
Yeah. Or even maybe like a I hate to say old school, but maybe like a legend too.
Yeah, let's go for Nas and Ghost.
There you go, yo, that'll be fire.
Yeah, let's.
And they both still active too.
Yeah,
Ghost just dropped.
Yeah, I watched the Victory film today, and
I didn't get to see that. How was that?
It was amazing because to be able to work with, to be inspired by somebody, and then your career goes here to the point where you can now take that person that inspired you and put them on a platform. I think that's amazing. I think that's great. That's the, and hip hop is 50 something years old, so we had never seen it before, and so to see it, and I couldn't be happier that is with an artist like Nas, who's been so consistent in what it is that he's still. Yeah, absolutely.
Nah, but it is crazy that hip hop is still so young though.
Brand new.
It's just brand new.
Brand new.
Because it feel like it's been part of my whole life.
Correct.
So for me, it just feel like forever.
Yeah.
But
it's like these kids with the internet. They don't know without it. I don't know life without hip hop.
So it's like, but it's still mad young.
Yeah, brand new.
That's
I think hip hop might be younger than Jamaica's been free. Like, is that like that young? It's crazy.
It's very, especially if you talk about what's the one? If you talk about once labels get involved, if you start talking about I guess the business of hip hop, that's very fresh.
30 years maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's
35
crazy.
max.
Yeah.
So, because like the first 10, it was out in the parks. Like
Facts.
Nah, but listen, I love hip hop. That's the point of the channel. That's the point where I gotta support artists like you.
Thank you.
And keep the shit going. I'm gonna get into some fan questions though before we get out of here.
Okay.
I want to know, what is a rap album you played to death?
To death.
To death.
Just any all time, probably.
It don't even have to be that, because I got albums that aren't all time, but I played it to death. Like I played Philly Most Wanted, Get Down, Lay Down to death, but that's not like an all time.
Probably It Was Written.
Okay. That's my shit.
It Was Written, Illmatic.
Summer '96.
What else? The Do You Want More About the Roots? I played that to death.
That was fire.
To death. Absolutely.
That was fire. Mm-hmm. And give me 3 of your favorite debuts. They don't have to. None of this is all time. Just
3 favorite
debuts.
Of
your debut drops.
Mine. When I went AZ on Illmatic. That was him. Like, who is this? Like, that was crazy. I don't really call it a debut. I don't even know what I would call it. I talk about this, and this is for rap heads. The jump that Ghost made from 36 Chambers to the Purple Tape, like how he elevated, like he
definitely was a jump.
Like I've never seen anything like that.
Got a lot.
But then he did it again. He went from that. Iron Man, I think, was on the level, but then he did it with Supreme Clientele. He even went to a different gear. I thought that was crazy.
I think Ghost had a point. I think he started out on some more. This is my opinion.
Okay.
I think he just started out on some more. Yeah, I'm doing this, and then that shit turned into, oh nah.
Yeah, he went
he
went crazy.
He got competitive. He was like, I think he
went crazy.
Yeah, he went crazy.
I think Game's debut was dope.
Fire.
I think Game had a very dope debut. I think it was very, very dope.
Definitely. One of the best debuts.
Yeah.
Solos.
Yeah.
One of the best solo debuts, I would say. I really think it's like top 50.
Oh, easy.
I really think so.
And maybe like T.I., because I think T.I. is like, I don't think he gets enough love.
What's that?
Paper Trail was crazy.
Well, I'm a T.I. fan though. I like his whole catalog.
Okay.
Yeah. But there you have it. You know what I mean? My guy's a rap head for real.
Yeah.
And any closing?
Maybe the Clips too.
Clips
yeah.
is my guys.
Yeah.
They got some new shit dropping out too.
Facts.
It was about time. I thought it was over for them.
Nah, I know
No,
it
because
wasn't.
I don't know. Malice stepped out for a while.
He was coming back.
You was sure?
I could listen to what Pusha was saying in the verses. Like, yeah.
Yo,
he was tugging on him. Like,
those
come on,
my guys,
bro.
yo.
Yeah.
Those are my guys right there. So, any closing words for the people before we get out of here? Well, first of all, make sure y'all tap in with Speer
Village Alum.
I mean, that's out right now. Salute to
Facts.
Mickey Blue.
Mickey Blue.
Make sure I get it right.
Yeah.
Dope project. But I'm gonna leave you to it with the people.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that supported, I appreciate it. If you haven't tapped into the music, I promise you, I think you'll enjoy it. You know, it's authentic to me. So at a bare minimum, you get to know who I am.
For sure, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Go Getter TV. I'm your guy, Demi D, Mr. Everywhere. Salute to New York, New Jersey. This is where hip hop lives, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, share, hit that button, man. We out here.
Facts. Peace.